What is up everyone, and welcome back to another reaction series on the channel. Now, while I am recording this, I'm still having issues on my channel, my main channel, in regards to uploading. However, by the time you guys are watching this, that is all sorted. So, I want to get ahead a little bit with Sword Art Season 2. I took a couple of weeks break in regards to actually watching Season 2 because I wasn't like burnt out on it. I just wanted to take a little bit of a break. But I did tell you guys we weren't going to take too long in regards to that break. So, I read a little bit of the synopsis for Sword Art Season 2 and I was like, give it to me. This sounds awesome. Also, I kind of fell in love a little bit with Kirito's character. Not in that weird kind of way, but I really like him as a lead character. I don't know if he's the lead character in the second series or not, because on the picture, it had some random chick that I've never seen before. So I don't know if he's gonna maybe take a back seat for this season. I don't know. I don't have any predictions as of right now in regards to Sword Art. I am just really excited to delve into Season 2. Now, in regards to the finale of Season 1, there were so many people that were like, why have you not watched it yet, blah, blah, blah. I literally uploaded the finale of Sword Art, and within 12 hours, it was like struck down. It was like, poof, gone. Hopefully, by the time you guys are watching this, it is back, and the company is going to leave me alone because my lawyers have sent many, many emails, and guess what? They didn't even get back to me whatsoever. Like, so rude, honestly. It's like people are so quick company-wise to like take videos down on YouTube and then actually not follow through with any of the legal proceedings. So then when we try and like chase them with legal proceedings, they just don't respond. It's like, how can that be the law? It's so weird. Anyway, it's all very boring and very negative. Don't forget, if you are enjoying all of the videos on the channel, to hit that subscribe button. And if you wish to watch them unedited, please feel free to head on over to my Patreon. We almost have 2,000 of you, which is crazy. That is so many people. Thank you so much. I love you guys. Let's do this. I'm excited to hear the opening theme as well.
These players who think it's all about their agility, man, they're living in a dream. I mean, sure, firing speed and evasion are important, and time was if you rock those two things, it's all you needed to be the best. Till now, that is. In fact, I got a message for the folks who spent the last 8 months indoors boosting their AGI. Sucks to be you right now.
Boo! No one likes you! Boo!
Talk about controversial.
I guess.
That's literally me on Twitter.
I wouldn't be in it if I didn't think I could win it.
Boo! Don't know why we're booing, but boo!
The BOB's a solo tourney, so it's way different. What worked for you up to now doesn't mean it'll work again.
If anything, my results point to some big changes happening in GGO. You're all about AGI, Yamakaze. Go figure you'd be in denial.
This guy is gobby.
The balance of gameplay in an MMO is always changing, especially in games like this one, with levels that don't let you respec your stats. You have to think ahead and be smart when using your points, because the best weapon in one level zone might not work for you in the next.
He plays with his hair more than I do.
Remember when he was talking about how great being an AGI type was? That dick totally scammed us.
I love Sword Art. Huh?
You're nothing but a fake sex seed. And now, you'll face judgment from someone with real power.
What? You're shooting a screen, buddy.
What's really important in the end is the player's ability to...
What the hell?
Don't worry, folks. I'm sure he'll be back shortly. Stay tuned for more MMO stream.
What just happened?
This is real power, real strength. Let your fear carve one name into your brains. Death Gun.
Death gun? So you shoot them in the game and they actually die. That's a problem. I'd be dead like instantly.
December 7th, 2025.
Yay!
Has it already been a year?
Are you guys still together?
I wonder what the difference is between the real world and the virtual.
The amount of data. That's all.
You scared me.
Hey!
Sorry about that. I'm on time, though.
Hello, Kirito. How are you doing today?
It's been good so far. But it's even better now.
Now that you're here.
That outfit looks good on you. It brings back a lot of memories.
I guess it does. No rapier, though. Looks like you went overboard on the black today.
Yeah, Sugu threw everything in the wash this morning.
I can't believe we both dressed in our old colors today. What are the odds of that?
Well, if we see each other every day for
Stop.
a year, it's...
That was a rhetorical question, Smarty Pants.
Yeah, don't answer rhetorical questions. I feel like I have to say that in my Naruto videos all the time.
I think the Imperial Palace is interesting.
Interesting. What do you mean?
It's 2 kilometers north to south, 1.5 east to west, and it takes up 20% of Kyoto Ward. It's kinda cool, don't you think? I mean, it's this big restricted area right in the middle of Tokyo.
I was gonna say, yeah, like, when I went to Tokyo, that's a real thing, isn't it?
It's a surveillance camera. This place was set up with its very own closed network. You can't even access it from the outside.
Wow. That's a weird-looking camera.
Not only is this place the heart of Tokyo, but it's also an isolated world of its own. Maybe I'm exaggerating its cool factor. I get like that.
You think?
That's because you're edgy, Kirito. Oh, I want to go back to Japan. It's been 2 months already.
This used to be the Inner Citadel.
Come on, let's go.
That's so cute. It's like they're technically famous now after everything.
You know that questionnaire they gave us to fill out? The one about our future plans? Do you know what you want to do yet?
I guess, if anything, I want to go from playing games to being a creator. I want to make a human-machine interface to replace the full dive tech we use now. I've been going to all these tech forums to learn more about it, but it's a heck of a lot of information to absorb.
So he wants to create like his own SAO maybe?
I wish we could figure out a way to live with Yui in this world, too.
We'll be able to live with her someday. As soon as we figure out how to access augmented reality, it will. The only thing standing in the way is the difference in the amount of data. It's like this. If we were holding hands in ALO, it wouldn't be the same as in the real world, would it?
No, it wouldn't. You can feel a lot more touching a real hand. Hey, is that what you mean by the difference in the amount of data?
Yep.
But then don't you feel like that's going too far? Then what's the point of actually being in the real world at that point?
I mean, in the real world, we get a lot of information from how something sounds or tastes. Even if our atmosphere rigs could access augmented reality, we'd still know the difference.
Yeah. The second you saw or touched something, you'd know if it was real or not.
Then we could break down the wall between both worlds and be with Yui forever. Do you think that day will ever come for us?
Yeah.
Why don't you just have a baby in the real world? I feel like these are the questions we should just be answering. You're talking about taking data from something that's not real and then bringing it to the real world so that you can actually be a family when you could just have sex and get pregnant and... Yeah, okay. Stop. Going off on a tangent.
Hey, Kirito, over here.
Why does he do that? He always tries to be like, yo, I'm so cool. Whatever.
Come on, you don't have to be so formal with me. Relax and talk to me like you would in ALO.
Okay. If you say so, then I guess so.
Get the most expensive on the menu.
I'd like the parfait au chocolate, the framboise milfoui, and a hazelnut latte.
The what?
Sorry to make you come all the way out here, Kirito.
Oh, and do you think you cannot call me by that name in public?
What's with all the attitude? I thought we were buds. I was the first to visit you in the hospital, remember?
When I came to, the first one there wasn't my family. It was the leader of the task force. Seijiro Kikuoka, from the Tech Bureau at the Ministry of Internal Affairs and Communications, aka the Virtual Reality Section.
So what do you want? It's no wonder he's so, like, aggressive towards you.
Actually, I want to talk to you about something else. Have a look at that.
You are not seriously gonna ask him to go
Suzy?
back in.
This won't be pleasant. The landlord of an apartment complex in Nakano, Tokyo noticed a foul odor while cleaning. It was coming from one of the units. So he disabled the lock and discovered this man, dead. His name was Tamotsu Shigemura.
when he was 26. He had something interesting on his head, though.
An atmosphere?
Yeah. It was ruled an unnatural death, so they did an autopsy. The cause of death was found to be acute heart failure.
I don't understand how you can get shot in the game and then die in real life.
We do know he'd been logged in for 2 days straight and hadn't eaten anything the whole time.
Well, that's not that unusual. Players do it all the time. Wait, why are you telling me about this?
He had a game installed on his system called Gun Gale Online. You know that one?
Yeah, GGO. It's the only MMO in Japan with professional players.
The tournament to decide the most powerful player in GGO. The deceased was the guy who won it. When it happened, he was appearing on a show called MMO Stream, as Zexseed's avatar. We know the time from the logs. According to another player's blog, at the same time Shigemura had the heart attack, something strange happened in GGO.
What?
Some players were at a bar in game watching the show when one of the players stood up and started acting erratically. The blog states, the player was shouting stuff about judgment and power at Zexseed's image on the TV, and then fired his gun at it. Since the file had a Japan Standard Time counter embedded, we know that the shot fired at the TV and Shigemura's avatar disappearing from the show happened at about the same time. This one happened on November the 28th, somewhere in Saitama Prefecture. Same setup as before. The deceased was found in their apartment. A guy delivering the newspaper happened to look in the window. He saw the victim lying in bed wearing an atmosphere rig. Said the smell was...
Excuse me, we're having a conversation here, lady!
The victim was also a top-ranking GGO player. His character's name was... Usushio Tarako? Well, he was playing when he died. It happened in the Central Plaza in Glocken. He was in the middle of a meeting with his squad. A strange player went up to him and shot him, point blank.
Do you know if it was the same guy who shot Zexseed?
Most likely.
What name?
Death Gun.
Death Gun?
Is this familiar, or... Do you know that name, Kirito?
Was there any damage to their brains?
I was wondering about that too. So I asked the coroner if he found any trace of damage to either of their brains, and he said they were both fine.
How is that possible?
On the other hand, the atmosphere rig was designed so that it couldn't emit electromagnetic waves that powerful. At least, that's what the developers claim.
Your story's built around coincidence and rumors.
True. It could be a coincidence or even a hoax. I'm not sold either way. For now, and this is hypothetical, mind you, do you think it's even remotely possible to stop a player's heart in the real world with virtual bullets from a virtual gun?
What? This is nuts! No.
No, I don't think so. Could the sensation of a touch stop a heart? Maybe a taste or smell? A sight, a sound? Or some other sensation?
What about electrocution?
Oh, I get it. You and your team can't figure it out, so you invite me for coffee to pick my brain?
No, what are you talking about? I'd never do something like that to you, honest.
You just did.
In my opinion, here it is. You can't stop a player's heart in the real world by actions in-game. Shots fired and the heart attacks are coincidences.
Hold on. Listen, you can order something else.
But you know better than anyone that is a possibility, surely.
Fact is, I'm of the same opinion as you. I don't believe these two deaths were caused by in-game gunshots either. And now that we've talked, I want to ask you officially, would you log into Gun Gale Online and make contact with the player calling himself Death Gun?
You want me to get shot, is that it?
Whoa now, come on.
Well, screw that! I don't want to get killed!
Ah, so you do
That's
believe!
not possible. We just agreed it wasn't, didn't we? Here's the deal. Zexseed and Usushio Tarako weren't just any old players. They were top-ranked. So it's safe to assume he's not interested in newbies. But if you were strong enough to beat Kayaba at his own game,
That's different! Look, I don't know what you've heard, but GGO's no walk in the park. It's filled with pro gamers! Whatever money you earn in the game gets paid back to you in cold hard cash in the real world. Being a pro means you have a constant stream of income from the game coming in every month. And if you're a top player, that means monthly you're making $200,000 to $300,000.
Because it pays the bills.
You should find someone else.
Hold it. Who else am I gonna find? You're it! I need your help in this investigation. And if taking these pros on is going to be that big a deal, I can pay you this much.
How much?
I don't get why you're so hung up on this.
Still, it's got my bosses worried. The effect of full dive technology on the real world is the hottest topic today. Literally everyone's researching it. People are going to try to use these depths to regulate the technology. We want to know the facts before that happens.
You guys could just go directly to the admins about it.
Right. But Zaskar, the company that developed and hosts GGO, is in the US. Their address, phone number, and email, none of it's been made public. Maybe they're legit, maybe they're not. But if we want to find anything out, the only way to do it is to try contacting them in the game. I'm not asking you to get shot. We'll take whatever safety precautions we have to. So will you help us or what?
He is totally gonna get shot.
4,000 people died in Aincrad. But now, more people are dying in another virtual world. And I'm getting pulled back in. It's like someone doesn't want me to ever forget.
It's like they want you to die constantly. It's horrible.
I think I figured out why you brought me here today.
Oh, you did, huh?
Mm-hmm. If our world is made up of an axis called time and a plane called space, then the center of our reality is this place. That's why this sunset feels so nostalgic now.
Brings back all the nice memories and not the bad ones.
You remember what Aincrad looked like? Well, maybe its shape was supposed to represent the axis of time and the plane of space.
Unfortunately, a certain someone destroyed it halfway up. Now we'll never know how it ended.
Yes, ma'am. Sorry about that, ma'am.
God, there is so much information in this first episode. I feel like my mind is blown.
Hey, it's getting cold. You want to start heading back now?
Mm-hmm. Oh, and next time we come, let's bring Liz and Leafa and the others. Wouldn't it be fun to get everyone together for a picnic here?
Yeah, it would.
位置についた。
了解。敵はコース、速度とも変化なし。そちらとの距離400。こちらからは1500。
Wait, does she have the death gun just now? Or is she just a player? Is that the death gun? I guess we'll find out. Aw, I have no idea what they just said at the end there. I don't know why they would put that in Japanese in the dub. It's like they just completely forgot to dub the end of the episode. Okay, let me just get my head around this for a second because my mind is like... They just gave so much information in this entire episode. So, Kirito wants to invent something along the lines in regards to the virtual world because for whatever reason, he wants... I feel like he just wants to live in the virtual world and he just hates the real world. I don't understand. But anyway, you now have someone who is able to shoot someone in the game, but finding out that money is actually involved, that makes it quite obvious as to why people are doing it. So whether or not they're just killing them and then managing to find a way to then take the funds for themselves. The other question is obviously, how are they able to do it? Like, how are they able to shoot someone in the game? It does no damage to their brain, but stops their heart. Like, that's kind of interesting to me actually, because the first season was all about like doing damage to the brain instead of doing damage like anywhere else. And obviously if your brain shuts down, you know, rip basically. Yeah, a lot of information to digest and there was a lot kind of going on there. So I probably haven't grasped absolutely everything, but I'm definitely excited to find out more and to see what happens when Kirito dives into a professional game. I mean, he was professional in Sword Art, he was the best player, so I believe that he's probably going to be able to be professional, and then they're obviously going to come after him, so we'll see what happens. Thank you for watching this reaction with me. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I'll see you all in the next episode. Bye.